Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right, in this video, I'm going to share with you the answer to the question, is it better to be single or is it better to be married? Okay. Or steady relationship, whatever you can define that. Okay. And I guess I got this question after people came to know that my wife has gone to the village with the daughter, and it's going to be quite some time that I'm going to be alone. And I'll make a separate video why I insisted that my wife should go for a longer duration. That's a separate video which involves logical strategy. Okay, the separation bit, a little bit of mind games. You'll find that interesting. I'll make a separate video on that. Okay, so people realized, some of them, at least in my group, realized now I'm officially alone. And being a single guy, staying alone, well, it opens a lot of doors of opportunities and temptations, which, if you know what I'm talking about. Okay. So what is better? Is it better to be single, not have a wife, kid, steady relationship? Is it better to be single and not have these? Or is it better to have a wife, a kid, or a steady relationship with someone? So I'll give you my opinion. I'm not going to give you some internet-based, oh, these are the 7. I'll give you my personal experience so that you find it a little raw. And just a small warning, make sure that you're not listening to this where, small children are, because maybe I might move into a slightly adult-based territory. Okay, if you're new to my channel, my name is Loy Machedo. I am a personal branding strategist who helps people get well-paying jobs in Dubai, UAE, Saudi, Qatar, Bahrain, Oman, and other parts of the world. It depends on your request. But the main goal is personal brand equals make more money in less time. Okay, more money per hour, offline, online, whether corporate jobs or business. And people also book my services for advice, whether personal challenges or professional, if they don't know where else to go. 7,000 videos, you'll get it. Okay, let's move to the topic. So, I have been lucky that I've had plenty of relationships, plenty. If you know my story, 3 divorces. This is the 4th marriage. And all my divorces have been very amicable, except the first one was slightly rocky. I made a video on that. You can Google search Loy Machedo marriage divorce. You'll get it. And I've had over more than 300, I don't know if you call it relationships, sex, one-night stands, dating, steady relation. Steady in the sense that I would be dating this girl, but there would be 4, 5, 6, and neither of them needed to know the other, but they knew that I was not committed to one. I was not going to get married to one. But obviously, you don't tell them, see, listen, I'm sleeping with 4, 5 other girls. Has to play it smart. Yeah, I know. You can say whatever you want. Fine. So I had the opportunity or the privilege to see different girls, different psyches, different nationalities, Muslim, Hindu, Christian, atheist, Russian, Vietnamese, Thai, Indian, Pakistani, British, American. I'm not saying I got one girl from every country, but whatever was available to me in where I was staying, that was Dubai, UAE. So I experienced the whole gamut, various colors. And I'll tell you this point blank. When you get into a new relationship, it's fun, it's exciting. That feeling of anticipation. You don't know what's going to happen next. You know, your heart beats faster. You go dress up your best and look the best and smell great, and you take your car, and there, you know, she comes and sits down, and she's smelling amazing, you're smelling amazing, you're looking amazing, she's looking amazing, and you both are so happy with each other, and you both kiss, and then you go out to have romantic dinners and go for movies and hold hands and walk in a shopping mall, and you're mischievous with each other and joking, and then afterwards everything gets over, and you food and the movie and all that, then you go into, you know, the privacy of your rooms or some dark corner and start making out, and it's very uh, adventurous and fun, and it's something that you really enjoy. And especially when the relationship is new, you know, you want to experiment and try different things. But as you get along in the relationship, you start getting used to each other. It's no longer the magical thing. Then you're no longer dressing up on in your Sunday best. She's no longer looking the most amazing. She looks normal. You don't have to impress each other. You just express. And then you go into the serious phase. Then obviously you come to know of each other's lives. Nothing is like with Instagram filters. It's minus all that, minus the social media perfection that you show. And then slowly you start to see each other's flaws and faults and temper and mood swings. And you want privacy, you want space, you have your secrets and disagreements. And then it goes to like a normal relationship where fights are there and demands are there. And why did you come late? And why did you do this? And you hurt my feelings by saying this, and you actually went with your friends. Well, expectations are there. So when the newness or the honeymoon phase is over, that's where the reality of a situation comes into play. And either you stick around and you say it's worth it, or you say, listen, I'm not interested in this drama and complication. I don't think it's working out. Bye-bye. And that is what I used to do. When I realized there's a little bit of complication and drama, I think it's time to bye-bye. And I would do it in a very amicable way. I obviously don't want to hurt anyone and get drama, because remember, women, you don't want to play around with them. Luckily for me, I was always taking women who I could control and manage. Okay. So now that is relationships, honeymoon phase, and then the serious phase. The serious phase is the kind of, I would say, the game changer, where you have to be loyal, faithful to a person. You have to see what is important to them. You can't do everything that you want. And sacrifices have to be made. One day I'll go to a restaurant you like. One day you can go where I like. Or one day I'm busy, so I'll compensate. Then you assist each other in small things, or maybe it can even go to money. And then if you want to buy something for yourself and your girl is there, your girlfriend would expect, oh, is he going to get me? Because we're human beings. But then when you get married, that's a total different game changer. And many people assume that the honeymoon phase or after the honeymoon phase, when the friendship is still there, they think that is marriage. That is not marriage. I'll tell you, for some psychological reason, or I don't know, whatever you can call it, once the tag marriage comes, it changes the dynamics of everything. And if you are one of those Asian type of people who the families have to get involved, the mother and father meet the mother and father, or you meet the mother and father, she meets the mother and father, and you get married, her friends and relatives come, your friends and relatives come, and the whole world comes to know. You have to change your Facebook status, and you announce to the world. The dynamics changes completely. And that is where, if you have a girlfriend, you can at least break up. But if you're married, you can't just say, oh, I don't feel like being married today. Bye-bye. I'll go with this another girl. Loyalty is expected. Faithfulness is expected. Expectations run very high. And especially if you both are educated and you both are ambitious and you both are working, that complicates things even further, because you have your goals, she has her goals. You have your finances, she has her finances. You're earning X, she's earning Y. You're able to save X, she's able to save Y. So if you save more and she saves less, do you both enjoy the same perks? Because obviously, if you go for a holiday, you have to go together. You pay, the same. You can't stay in a, if you earn 10 times more than her, you can't stay in a VIP hotel and she will stay in a, like you travel first class, she travels economy. You can't do that, And obviously, there are even situations where even if a guy earns 10 times more than a female, if he were to buy a car, okay, then, you should involve your partner, or you can't have a Maybach or a Ferrari and she has a second-hand Toyota, you have to sacrifice a bit. And there are so many other things, okay? And people don't consider all these things because they're so, because when you get married for the first time, it's like doing something for the first time. It's like scuba diving for the first time, or going into your first boxing match, or going into your first modeling session gig, or going for a holiday for the first time. You will make mistakes. You will overlook many things. You will realize, oh, sheesh, man, I never planned for this. In fact, many people don't even think about the fact that your finances itself can cause a major rift. What if you have a loan? What if she has a loan? Are you going to pay her loans? Her house, your house, her property, your property. Her parents are sick and she can't afford to treat them. You will have to help. You'll have to give, from your savings. Let's say you have a baby. Okay. Now the baby, are you both the same religion? Are you both the same points of view? Are you liberal? Is she also liberal, or is she conservative? If you are, let's say, an atheist and she's a Muslim, then does the child become an atheist or a Muslim? And then does the child spend more time with your parents or her parents? Whose parents come and stay with you? There are so many things here. Okay. And thankfully for me, because I had those 3 divorces and I had plenty of relationships, I was aware of all these things. Now, I'm not telling you that, oh, get married and get divorced. Please be careful, because after you get married, there are legal implications. And it'll hit you financially, sometimes your career and sometimes your life. Make sure the prenuptials are planned out. Make sure you get a proper divorce lawyer. I know, as you're getting married, get a divorce lawyer. It sounds so like ironical. Like, what the fuck are you talking? Trust me, get a prenuptial done. It'll hardly cost you $1,000 or so. Get a proper divorce lawyer, know your rights, where you stay, which country, and be very clear. Okay, and then I'll tell you where the dynamics gets even more complicated when you have a child. Because will the child listen to you? Child listen to the mother, because the child by default will be close to the mother. And then your rules or mother's rules, you want the child to do this, or maybe the wife wants the child to do that. So there are quite a number of things. And I'll tell you, this entire process of being married and having a wife and a child and a family, it makes you grow up. It makes you become a man. It gives you a lot of leadership challenges, leadership skills, and leadership, it pushes you out of your comfort zone here. It really does. Okay. And people think marriage is only about, I'll take care of you, you'll take care of. No, there are so many other things, man. Child falling sick, the school. Nowadays, some of the children, the school fees itself, you begin to think, bloody hell, is this child studying for school, or is this child studying for the PhD? It's become that expensive. And then there are people who want to have, I want to have a boy, but you get a girl. You get a girl, someone wants a boy, and then you try to get the second child, and then you get the third child. And, the expenses life changes a lot. And then what happens if you change over the period of time? You know, when you're in 20s, you're different. 30s, you're different. 40s, you're different. So maybe you become more grumpy. Maybe you become more grouchy. Maybe you're not the same person. Like when I was in my 20s, sex was like top of my agenda. Sex, fun, romance. Um, I wanted it to prolong as much as possible. 6, 9 hours. I would love that. Today, I just want once in a month. I want it 3 minutes, 5 minutes. I don't want. I prefer. I just think of sex as an extra need. I know you might say like, "Fuck, man." Yeah, maybe because my sexual libido is gone down because of the steroid use or testosterone decline, and I'm glad. I'm glad because I don't want to focus on sex and impressing women and porn. And there are many people who are crazy about this. And thankfully, I don't smoke, don't drink, not into this. And even though there are many girls who try to want to meet me because they think I'm some kind of superstar or something, and they have on their bucket list have sex with maybe a couple of guys, I'm sorry, not interested. Once upon a time, I was like, if I would see a girl, it was like, wow, it was like seeing God in my 20s. Even just seeing a girl or just talking to one was, I accomplished great things. Today, you can, like a Dan Bilzerian, have 20, 30 girls and all want to have sex with you. And uh, Ron Jeremy. Uh, I'm not interested here. So coming to, that was marriage. Now single is fun. Single is do whatever the fuck you want, take whatever risk you want, buy whatever you like, spend wherever on whatever you want, sleep with whomsoever you like, meet whoever you like. It's like total freedom. It's like, one, you have to go to work. Example, a married guy is like, you have to go to work and follow the rules of the company and work for um, 20, say 26 days for out of the a month, 4 days, 4 weeks. So 4 days are off. And you get paid a secure salary. But the other one is more like being like a freelancer, digital nomad. It's like work from anywhere, meet new clients. So it's like an adventure. It's like a game. It's fun. Like if I was, for example, a bachelor, maybe I can go to Thailand, stay there for like 2 months. Then if I want, just move to Philippines, stay there 2, 3 months. Then just move to some other country where I can get visa on arrival or something. But given the fact that I have a wife and a kid, I can't just get up, pack my bags and go anywhere. Child has to go to school. Wife has, some goals, and I have to contribute to those goals, financial goals, because she's not working. She's a housewife. And I also have the responsibility, like her grandmother died. I'm the one who paid the money for her to go because obviously she's not earning. And I'm going to take care of my wife and kids' needs when they're there. So now, given that I've given you kind of a understanding of both the sides, which is better? See, today, like I've told my wife, if our relationship doesn't work, I've had this very open talk right from day one. If our relationship doesn't work, I don't lose anything. Because what is important to me is my career, is my brand, is my ability to earn, is to have peace of mind. And I'm married to you to enhance those things. And because you give me the gift of being able to work and being able to do what I like, and you support me, like I get up, you make me coffee, you take care of my things. If I tell you do this, do that. And if you have some challenges, okay, listen, can you talk to this person in Thai? Can you sort this out? Like small things. To ensure I have peace of mind, I give her the reward for that. So it's like a support function. Her entire goal is whatever I want, she contributes to that. But I've told her that even before I met you, I'm a survivor. My mother, father ditched me. My relatives ditched me. My friends ditched me. Society ditched me. I was, you know my suicide video where I was literally on the streets, penniless, homeless, which she has not faced. And from there, I built from scratch. Now, I'm not saying that I have that superpower to keep doing it. No. As you get older, obviously, the dynamics change. But I told her, I'm pretty happy single, but I choose you to get a better life. Why? Why? Because let's say today I'm single, right now I'm alone here in my apartment, sorry, my villa. Let's say I ate something and it formed a very powerful allergic reaction. Let's say prawns or shrimps or something. I have that, what do you call that? Asphatic poisoning or something, shellfish poisoning. Wait, let me just Google search. Asthmatic poisoning, eating shrimp, crabs. One second, huh? Just give me a second. Yeah, it is, what is this? It's a toxicity which affects your neurotransmitters or something. What is it called? Asphatic, ASPHATIC. Okay, it is, in my case, it is life threatening. Okay, and it happened to me nearly 3 times. It happened on my birthday the first time. Actually, it was a very mild before my bariatric surgery, but after that, when I just had 6 shrimps, and I've made a video on this also, I couldn't breathe. I literally couldn't breathe. And I was like, just going to die. Yeah. And my wife was holding the baby, and I was just like, the hospital said maybe he might die. And she took a photograph. I have that photograph on my Facebook. I don't know, she made it in black and white. It was a very grim picture. It looked like I actually was dead. Seriously, it actually looked like I was dead. Uh, Unbelievable. And I looked at myself, I was like, bloody hell, looks like I died here. Because really, you're just like open mouth, and thankfully it came out. The second one was also severe, but not that much. Third one was a very severe allergic reaction. Okay, so I've had this. So now, if in case I were to get one of these asphatic, shocks or poisoning, or let's say, I put a video where I was going to throw the garbage. Thankfully, I didn't take my daughter. And a guy from back, young boy, was speeding. They were racing, and he smashed into my scooter. Thankfully, because my scooter is heavy duty and has a big thing to carry at the back, he was driving one of those light, small, buggy kind of like speed bikes. Nothing happened, but I did go into like what the fuck? Like 1 minute I'm standing there to turn, next minute I'm looking, I'm like, what happened? And I did get a slight, my brain was slightly rattled, even though I was wearing helmet and everything. Just imagine, in Thailand, you can just die. So there have been incidents, and in fact, my wife's father went to the field, got a heart attack, and died. One of the relatives got a cobra bite, and there are plenty of snakes here. So what if something like that happens, and what do you do? What if my health deteriorates to such a level where I need someone? These are legit questions, by the way. You might see, when your health is perfect, you never think about all these things. But what if it does happen? What if it does happen? I know of a businessman, he opened this events company. He took my consultation. We set it up, and he succeeded through COVID. And I was very happy for him in his 30s. And then he found out he had cancer of his, I don't know what you call it, colon or something, or some very severe. He died to a shock, to my shock. He died in less than 8 months. He never knew he had cancer. And it was just when he went for a routine complete checkup after COVID, he found that out. So the point is, if you're single and something like this happens, what do you do? And here's another thing. If you're a guy, you do have sexual needs, right? You do want to have a happy ending, or maybe a one night stands, or even me. Like, if I were to go to, let's say, travel, and I'm there for some time, and beautiful girl comes and talks to me, and I'm alone, she's alone. Don't you think we would like to just save sex, but just have, nobody knows, left hand doesn't know what right hand is doing. So we have our needs. And here's the bigger question. What if you end up sleeping with the wrong person? All these girlfriends that I've had over the period of time, you know how difficult it is to get the person who has the same wavelength like you. So many people who subscribe or are in my WhatsApp group, they're finding it very hard to find the right partner. In today's day and age, with social media and these expectations, and everyone's comparing everything to everyone else, and everyone wants, I'm here, but I want someone here. And they have a shopping list of qualifiers. So what do you do? Do you still say no to the right person? So after I've shared with you all this, now comes the moment of truth. If you ask me, I'm being very transparent and very honest with you. I prefer to be single. Okay? I'm being explicit. My wife knows this. And I've told her, I prefer to be single. Why? If you are a good husband, if you are a good husband, and you do all your duties, or you aim to do all your duties diligently, and you want to give your best, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of sacrifice, it takes a lot out of you. If you just want to be like Chuma, just have a girl and not take care of her, not be bothered about her insurance and her future, and saving for a house, and saving for her old age, and saving for your daughter, and saving for her family, and saving for an emergency. If you are not bothered about all that, then you can, being married is like just having a dog that you don't care, which is just chained below your house. It's like, some people say having a maid in the house. But if you truly love the person, truly love, and you want to give the best, each and every single day, you have to sacrifice. Each and every single day, without an exception. Every single day, for example, I have to earn $500. Okay? Save this much for wife, insurance, future, house, in case I die, baby, education. There's so many so many boxes. Then water, electricity, this, that, so many other things. Then she's also a human being, shopping, and stuff she likes. These are all expenses, boss. Money doesn't grow on trees. And I have to do this every single day. If I was alone, I can just eat one simple meal, I'll be happy. But now when I have a wife and I have a kid, I have to keep the wife happy, keep the kid happy. And mind you, it is not that they'll just eat rice and curry. They also have, every time my kid comes with me, every time we go to 7, we go to 4, 5 different convenience stores or shops, and everywhere my kid will buy something. That small thing every single day costs money. If I'm buying something for me, I have to think about my wife and kid. So if you are going to do your job properly as a good husband, without advertising to the whole world, it's tough. And I'll tell you, there are so many things which I like for it to be my way. But I can't impose it. I can't impose it on them. That's why I have this room for myself. This is my world. Please don't touch. My baby 4-year-old will scribble on the wall and paint on the stuff and use a marker and paint on the floor and dump all the toys, and chocolates are there and wrappers are there. And my wife likes to cook food which smells and very strong Thai smell, and she likes to buy and store stuff and hoard stuff, and uh, which is not my personality. I like a very quiet place. They like a very noisy place. But you have to adjust, no? Adjustment is required. So, given that I have to make all these sacrifices and I don't, it really tests your patience. I prefer being single because even if I am pissed off, even if I'm frustrated, even if I'm angry, whatever, I'll still make sure that I take care of them. Even if I'm angry, pissed off, I'm not in a mood, I will still do my best to take care of them. That is my job. And I take my responsibility very seriously. So that's why I prefer being single. But then why get married? Isn't that the $1 billion question? And why the hell did you get married here? It's very simple. I'm human. One is, I told you, you don't know when you'll get sick. You don't know whom to trust. We are not an island. Nobody is an island. There are many single people who say, I'm very happy being single. I'm very happy. I don't care. Nobody gets my mentality. No. Very risky. You need someone to trust. You need someone who will handle your finances. You need someone who will handle other areas of your life. You need a friend. You need a true friend. And for me, this woman, a character, it's totally priceless. She is an incredible human. I'm telling you this. I'm kind of lucky that I found her. I'm kind of lucky. Yes, she's very lucky to have found me. She knows it. I know it. But I'm also very lucky because her expectations are very low. She doesn't demand anything. Yes, I know for a fact that she looks at me as, dream come true. I'm earning what she would take 6 months to earn. Sometimes I earn in less than maybe a day or two. She can live the life that all her relatives only dreamed of. Okay? And after I die, everything that I have, the money, the savings, everything is hers. And I will die very soon. My health is not up to the mark. And given that I'm nearly 16 years elder to her, I know I'll die. So I'm perfectly okay with that. But beyond all that, no, that friendship and all that, if there was one reason why I would tell anyone, you should get married, it keeps you grounded. It gives you responsibilities, which many of us take for granted. See, if I had not married, no, a serious marriage, proper marriage, if I had not done, I would never grow up to be the man that I am today. The level of maturity that I have, the wisdom that I have, not business and all that, but as a role as a father. My 4-year-old baby has changed me into being a very responsible father. Like, I'll tell you, sometimes when I'm with her, it's so fun. I just want to fuck this man. What the fuck? I just want to say, but then I see my baby, I'm like, oh, okay. Because, you think to yourself, okay, I use this bad word and she copies that, then she'll use it and then, can't get it out of her head, right? And from being a very selfish guy who only focused on myself, I used to always love to go to all the expensive restaurants and expensive places and travel by myself and enjoy my life and buy whatever I liked. Now, when I'm about to buy something, seriously, I think, what is the cost for this? Okay. Like that Lenovo dual screen dual screen laptop. I wanted to buy it. It comes to, it's not expensive. It's $2,000. For me, at this stage, it's not expensive. I can, just like this, I can order it. And plus, because of my purchase history, I keep getting offers. Even from Lenovo itself, if you buy, we'll give you this. But I think really, whether you believe me or not, that is just $2,000. But I think, okay, $2,000, what can I buy? I can buy the laptop for me, which I don't need. It's just a fun gimmick. Or I can buy this for the baby for X number of days. For my wife, 4-5 special days. So you really think, okay, I can do all these things. Or I can save a little money and not worry, okay, I've achieved this month's goal or this year's goal. So your mind moves into all that. And in fact, I'll tell you, this will maybe surprise you, but it did shock me. Whenever I go out to eat food, I will always think of my baby. I think that, she has never experienced this. Like if I go to an Israeli outlet or if I go to even KFC, even Pizza Hut, my baby has never seen this new pizza outlet. Oh, KFC, what if I order something and she enjoys it? Maybe the sauce or maybe something. Like for example, if I pass by a donut, Dunkin' Donuts is not here, the other donut, Thai kind of thing. There's even Krispy Kreme, which was in Bangkok. So when I was passing by and I ordered it, the cheese one, the white cheese or this thing, I was about to put it in my mouth. We were at the airport. This is when me, my wife, and my baby were traveling. I was about to put it in my mouth and I could just take a snack and just walk. But I was like, I want my baby to also enjoy this experience. And then I thought about my wife. What about my wife? Has she ever had this experience? So every time I want to involve them. And this is not to advertise that, oh, Loy is a very good guy. No. This every father, every caring husband does. In fact, you'll be shocked to know, I want to take my wife and baby everywhere I go, wherever I go out. My wife and my baby don't want to come because they feel it very boring. Like when I took them to an Italian, this thing, they were like, Seriously, they were like, I took them to a new shop that opened where they were getting English breakfast. They both had a grumpy face because they wanted to go to their normal Thai restaurant. Sometimes I have to pull my hair and think like, come on, man. Like I'm giving you a new experience at least. Like you will not believe, even when I went for a Bangkok business trip, they didn't want to come. They wanted to go to the village and just be there. I'm like, come with me. I will take you to a 5-star hotel. And no, I don't want to go. And then I said, you'll get breakfast, for free. No, I don't want the breakfast. It's a buffet and no, it's I don't want. I got so pissed off. I said, nothing doing. You're just coming. All right. Just shut up. I'm telling my wife, baby can't talk anyway. She came very grumpily to the hotel I took her. And guess what? After she tried it, the first day, she was very pissed off that I woke her up at 6 in the morning. And it's complimentary because I paid money for it. After she looked at everything, she was like, this is not Thai, this is international. Finally, after she took it, some of it was like, she liked it. She said, this tastes nice. Then she got curious, what about that? Oh, that is from a different cuisine. And then she brought in the baby and said, hey, you want to eat this? Baby also enjoyed. And you will not believe, very soon, she was actually looking forward to have that breakfast. It was in a nice 4-star, 5-star hotel. I can't remember. I think it's 4-star, yeah. And ever since, she has always been telling me, one day we'll go there again. Yeah, because I gave her a new experience. So, when you are married now, and you do the role of being a husband and a father properly, there's a lot of sacrifices. And that helps you grow as a better human being. You stop being selfish. You start thinking of the other person. So, in conclusion, if I were to summarize, if you marry, it comes with a lot of responsibilities, lots. And it'll change you to be a better human being, a mature human being, a more grown up human being. Okay? If you're single, you enjoy life, the adventure, and all that, but you don't grow up and you limit yourself in many things. So now, let's say you're married and then you become single. Yes, you do become mature. You become a better version of yourself. You had the experience of marriage and now you are single. But deep down, you'll always miss the true friend, the true companion. And don't take it for granted. It's very hard to get that true friend. Very hard, huh? Who will be with you no matter what. And last but not the least, I don't know if this serves any point. There's something about having a baby that you care about. Your own, your own. I don't know about adopting. Some people are okay with adopting. I guess it's more like buying a pet and eventually you grow. I'm not saying you cannot love an orphan child, but I'm just saying your own child, it's slightly, the dynamics is slightly different because it's your own flesh and blood. It looks like you, acts like you, talks like you, even though there are orphans who do that. So with my daughter now, I think she has changed me in more ways than one. I never thought I would change in so many areas. She changed me. And am I glad that I had her? Of course. She is, it's no fault of hers that she's born. I wanted her to be in the world. And today, every single day, I think not just about myself, but tomorrow if I die, who's there for the baby? Who's there for the wife? And I'll tell you, before them, I really didn't have any reason to live. Even today, if I have to die, I die. But I always think, who'll be there if I'm dead? Who's there? Nobody. And she can't earn, and I really feel bad for them. I really think, no, I need to fight it out, be healthy for them until I can earn. The day I stop earning, ready to die. Anyway, I don't know if this gave you the answer and the insight, but I'll tell you, each one of us is unique. Each one of us is different. You choose, you decide. What do you feel? Do you think it's better to be single? Do you think it's better to be married? For me, I told you, given that I've experienced being single, relationship and married, I seriously prefer being single in a very selfish way. Okay? Right now I'm alone, I'm single. I like this. I like this very, very much. But the choice of being married, having a partner to take care of, I literally take care of her, and a baby, two mouths to feed, it has made me a more mature human being. And I think that has a price to pay. And it has made me a better Loy Machedo that I am today. Otherwise, I think I would be very brash, rash, and one day I would end up in a disaster. Anyway, didn't think this video would take so long. Good, bad, ugly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. All right. You guys take care. And yes, please do comment. I read your comments. It's me signing off.